Hi everyone, it's Ashley with Posh Crochet Patterns. Today's tutorial, I will be teaching you how to make my new mandala bikini in a size B cup. This is the B cup here. It has a nice mandala flower pattern starting in the middle, and we have very nice granny stitches and B stitches. And it's made in the round, working in a circle. And then we kind of turn it into a triangle on our last two rows. It's very simple. I will teach you step by step how to make the entire bikini. And it's an easy adjustable bikini as well. For this tutorial, you will need your yarn of choice. I am using Peaches and Cream Original cotton yarn in the color white. You will need scissors, a crochet hook that is a number 4, and a measuring tape. If you do not have a measuring tape, that's fine. I will explain in the end of the video on how to make your straps without a measuring tape. To begin, we will start with a magic ring. We will grab our yarn and we will pull it through that ring. We will chain 1 and we will make 9 single crochets in the magic ring. So we will go back into that ring. We'll yarn over, pull a loop up. We have 2 loops on our hook. We will yarn over and pull through both loops. And we will repeat this 8 more times for 9 single crochets. I have 9 single crochets around my magic ring. I will grab this yarn tail here and I will pull it. And as I'm pulling it, it closes this ring. We will slip stitch, we will slip stitch join. Sometimes this tough cotton yarn is a little bit harder to get into on those slip stitch joins. So I'm just using my thumb and my finger to push that in there. I'll slip stitch that closed. Make sure you do not mistake that slip stitch for a stitch. For row 2, we are going to chain 5. We will yarn over, and in that same chain there, we're going to go into that same chain and we are going to make 1 double crochet. This chain 5 here, this does count as a double crochet, chain 1, and then our double crochet. This is our first V-stitch. And each chain, all the way around, we will make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Of our double crochet, chain 1, and then another double crochet, all in the same chain. We will repeat this all the way around. have one chain left, and then our slip stitch join, and that last chain we will repeat that same V-stitch. In our chain 5 here, in our third chain, we will make a slip stitch join. For row 3, we will now slip stitch into the middle of that V-stitch and that chain 1 space. We will now chain 3, and in this same chain 1 space, we will make 3 double crochets. We will skip the 2 double crochets and we will make 3 double crochets in our chain 1 space. We will repeat these 3 double crochets in each chain 1 space. We will do that all the way around until the end. I finished my last granny set of 3 double crochets in the last chain 1 space, and you see how it's starting to curve. We're just going to flip that out. That way it curves the opposite way. And you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 granny sets. What we will do is we will slip stitch in that chain 3 space of our chain 3 beginning chain. Tighten that down. For row 4, we are going to chain 3, and in the same space right here, the same gap that's beneath our chain 3, we will make 3 double crochets in that gap. This chain 3 here will count as a stitch. The chain 3 will count as a double crochet. So for chain 4, I said chain, sorry, excuse me. For row 4, we will now make 4 double crochets in between these, 4 double crochets in between each granny set. So oh, right, in between each granny set. I'm sorry, I got confused. I thought I had 4 double crochets right there. I'm sorry. So in each gap in between, in between each granny set, we will make I'm sorry, I apologize. I just wanted to make sure that I had the instructions right. So yes, in between each granny set, in these gaps, we will make 4 double crochets. So in this next gap, we will make 4 double crochets. In this next gap, we will repeat 4 double crochets. Repeat this in each gap in between each granny set all the way around until you're finished. You should have 9 4 double crochet granny sets all the way around. We will now slip stitch join in the third chain of our chain 3. For row 5, we will chain 5. In the same space below our chain 5, we will make 1 double crochet. This chain 5 represents 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then our double crochet for a V stitch, just like we did for row 2. In between our second and third double crochet of our next granny set, we will make another double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, V stitch. In this next space, in this gap, in between our granny sets, we will make another V stitch. We will repeat making a V stitch in between the second and third double crochet, and we will repeat this all the way around. So in this next gap here, we will make another V stitch, And then in between that second and third double crochet, another V-stitch. We're just repeating this process all the way around. Continue that all the way around, and I will meet you back at the very end. You should have a total of 18 V-stitches all the way around. We are going to slip stitch join in the third chain of the chain 5. For row 6, we will slip stitch into the V-stitch. We will chain 3, we will make 3 double crochets in the same chain 1 space. And the A cup that I made earlier in the week, if you've watched that video, then you will see that this B cup is made exactly the same way as the A cup, but on this row we will change it up a bit for more increases to make it a little bit larger. So for this row, for the B cup size, we will make the 3 double crochets in the same chain 1 space, but our next chain 1 space we will make 4 double crochets. So we'll go into that chain 1 space of that next V-stitch, and we're going to make 4 double crochets. We will repeat this pattern in the next chain 1 space here. We will make 3 double crochets. In this next chain one space, we will make 4 double crochets. So we will repeat this pattern, 3 double crochets, then 4 double crochets, 3 double crochets, 4 double crochets. We will do this in each chain one space of each V-stitch all the way around. So I'm at the end. My last V-stitch is 4 double crochets. I'm going to skip this chain 3 and I am going to slip stitch into that first double crochet of the row. I'm going to slip stitch join. I'm going to chain 1, and for row 7 we will chain 1, and in the same chain we will make 2 half double crochets and a chain 1, 2 half double crochets, all in the same chain. And that's 2 half double crochets, chain 1, and in the same chain another 2 half double crochets. In the next 18 chains, we will make 1 half double crochet in each chain. Continue until you make 18 half double crochets. I finished my 1 double crochet in each chain for 18 chains. In the next chain here, we will make 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochet, all in the same chain. So it's 2 half double crochets, chain 1, and another 2 half double crochets. Well, we will repeat 1 half double crochet in each of the next 18 chains. Continue until your 18th chain, and I will meet you back then. In that very next chain, we will repeat the 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochet, all in the same chain. So I have 2 half double crochets, chain 1, and that same chain, 2 more half double crochets. For the rest of the chains for this row, make 1 half double crochet in each chain. All the way until the very last chain. We will now slip stitch join. See, we will slip stitch join in the first chain of the row, the first half double crochet of the row. Pull and tighten that down. We will now slip stitch over into that chain 1 space. See, we will chain 1 and we will turn our work. In the same chain 1 space, we will make 2 half double crochet, chain 1, and 2 half double crochets, all in that same chain 1 space. That's 2 half double crochets, chain 1, and another 2 half double crochets. We will now single crochet all the way across until we reach this next chain 1 space. So we will put 1 single crochet in each chain until we get to that 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochet. In this chain 1 space here, we will repeat 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochet in that same chain 1 space. Now, to finish, we will slip stitch into that very next chain. And we will cut our yarn. We'll pull this through and tighten that up. We will weave in all our yarn ends on the inside of the bikini bra cup at the very end. So here is our beautiful bikini bra cup. This is the bottom of our bra cup. We will now join and we will make 5 chains, and then we will connect it to our other bikini bra cup. If you think that it would be better to have less than 5 chains, then I would do so. But I will show you exactly what to do. So here's our bra cup. And here's our two half double crochets, chain 1, 2 half double crochets with the right side facing out. We will insert our hook into that chain 1 space. We'll grab our yarn and we will pinch. We will yarn over and pull it through. And then, let's see here. We need to chain 5. That's 3, 4, and 5. I'm just pulling this yarn tail and tightening that down. Pulled it tight. And we will weave that in, and I will show you how to weave it in without it being seen on the outside. Let's see. I know last time when I was doing the A cup, I got a little confused on this part. So let's see. So we want the, I believe it's the other cup, and we want the inside facing out. I think this is how I did it the last time. I think, okay, so yeah, the next bra cup, the inside facing out, looking at us. We're going to insert our hook in that chain 1 space. We're going to yarn over and pull it through, and then we're going to slip stitch that. And let's see, that should give us our straight chains. Let's make sure. Pretty sure that's right. I think that's how I did it in the first video. Yes. And there is our perfect front of our chains. So all we have to do is cut our yarn tail. We're going to grab that yarn tail. We're going to pull that through that loop. We're going to pull it and tighten it down. And then on the inside, we will weave in our yarn tails. I think that's right. Oh, it's twisting. Hold on, everybody. I did this wrong. This is the one part I always get confused on. I don't know why. So I'm taking this apart. See, it's easy to take apart if you end up doing that wrong or making too many chains. I'm just gonna maybe I'm just gonna pull that last slip stitch out. Let's see, how did I do that. So I chained the 5. Maybe it was like this. No, because I need, so we need the bottom of this here. I'm sorry, I don't know why. This just confuses me. Let's see, let's try it this way. Maybe just grabbing it and pulling it through. Through that right there will work. Oh, that did work. Okay, so with both cups front facing you, I just inserted my hook in that chain 1 space, and I grabbed the yarn and I pulled it through that chain. So now I just need to pull that yarn tail through that loop. And then we're just gonna tighten that down, and we will weave those in on the inside. And these centers here, you can tighten those or loosen those as much as you would like. So the next step for our bikini is our measuring tape. If you do not have a measuring tape, that is fine. So for the string bikini, we will need a tie to connect right here to come out, and then one right here to come out, and those two will tie in the back of the back. So what we will do is we will measure from one end of the cup to the other. And I have, let's see, I have just a tiny bit over 15 inches. So now, and if you do not have a measuring tape, just chain out the length of your, this whole, from one end to the other of this B-cup bikini. So what we will do to get our measurements for our straps, for our sides to tie around our back, is we will take this measurement plus our bust measurement under our breast. So you will measure from underneath here, right under your breast, all the way around your back and back around. So take that measurement and add this 15 inches that we measured across. Add that, excuse me, add that together. Then divide that by half. And that measurement right there is how long you will make your straps for each side. So go ahead and do that now. Measure all the way around your bust, under your breast, and this 15 inches. Add that together, divide that by half, and chain out however many chains you need to get that length. And I will meet you back. Okay, so I chained 102 for about 26 inches. So I will now go to the side here, and I will insert my hook into this chain 1 space. I'm going to turn my chain this way to the side, and I'm just going to yarn under, pulling that through, and slip stitch. That way my chain will be on the outside. I will now cut my yarn. And then I will pull that yarn tail through that last loop. And then I will tighten that down. And now I have my beautiful chains on the outside for my side tie. And I will do the same exact thing on this side. And I also wanted to note, if you feel like this bra cup is a little bit too big, I used a size 4mm hook, and this is cotton yarn, a medium 4-weight yarn. You could drop down to a 3.5mm hook or a 3.75mm hook if you would like. And these chains, like I showed you, you can take them apart and you could drop it down to 2 chains, 3 chains, 4 chains, or you can increase it however you would like. So now I will chain out 102 chains tightly to make another identical strap for the other side. So I have my 102 chains, and I'm going to try and slip stitch so that my chains will still be on the outside. Let's see, I might have to do that from behind. So let's see. I don't want to get tangled here with all with my yarn strand. So let's just see. So I'm gonna yarn over and no, that'll show the back of the beads. So we want the front of the beads. So I'm gonna have to go in from the front. Just yarn over and then slip stitch. There we go. That way my V's will show on the outside. So now I will cut my yarn. And I will grab that yarn tail and pull that through that loop. And I will tighten that down. And there we go. So that's perfect. And don't worry, we will weave in all these yarn ends, no problem. And also, if this does not fit you, and say you're in a high B cup, like 36, 38 B cup, and this is too big for you or too small for you, will you please leave a pleasant comment in the comments, or you could email me at my email on it's listed on my description page, I believe, along with the Etsy shop. My email should be listed on there. That way I know that I need to change it. Because if this doesn't fit a large B cup, then I definitely need to know. So if you could just leave me a nice little note telling me, I would be very grateful. So now all we have to do is make our straps here. So what we will do is, and if you don't have the measuring tape, just measure with chains. We will take our measuring tape. We will go from the bottom of our breast, the very bottom. We will go up and around our neck and back down to the bottom of our breast. And we will take that measurement plus that 15 inches going across. We will add those two together and divide those by 2. And that will be your measurement for each strap here that will tie behind the neck. So go ahead and do that now, and I will meet you back and we will join our straps here. For the strap on one side to tie around the neck, I chained 92 chains tightly. So we will basically be doing the same thing. We will try to join a slip stitch in a way that creates these perfect V chains, be perfect on the outside. So when you tie it, that's what everyone will see. So we are going to try to do that again. And so let's see. So we got the outside facing. I'm going to go into this side here. I'm not sure. I don't think this will work this way. Let me tilt it. So I have my V's here. And this is the inside. I want it to be on the outside. So I'm going to turn the cup sideways. See, so here's the bottom. I'm going to turn the cup sideways and yarn under. I'm going to yarn under. Oh yeah, I think this will work. And slip. Oops. Oh crap. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Let me fix this. I think that was just 2 chains. So I got my front of my cup like this. I'm going to go in. I'm going to yarn under and then slip stitch. Yes. Yes, that works. Doing it like that. So now I'll cut my yarn. And I will pull that yarn tail through that last loop. And then I'll just pull and tighten. And do not worry, we will make this look so good. No one will be able to see these yarn ends at all. So now I just need to do the same thing on the other side. So we have our nice front of our beans. So I'll do that one more time, just to give you a look at that. Do this one more time. I will chain 92 chains tightly and do the same thing. Okay, so I have my 92 chains. I'm going to try to do the same thing. So I'm just going to turn this cup to its side. So there's the bottom of the breast. Take that yarn end. And I'm going to go in that chain 1 space. I'm going to yarn under. And then slip stitch. And then we got our nice bees right there. So we'll just clip this and do the same thing. We'll just pull that through that loop on our hook. Pull and tighten that down. Now it's time to weave in our yarn ends. And what I like to do is I like to use a smaller hook to do that. So let's turn our work around so we are looking at the inside of our bikini. See if I can get that to focus in a little bit more. There we go. All right, so let's just grab any smaller hook. This one's a 1.4. This one will work good. So here's this is the inside. Here's that yarn end. And I'm just going to pull that through. And the good thing about using thick yarn that's wrapped, I don't know if you can tell or not, this has like 3 strands of yarn all wrapped together. Oh, there you go. So we can split these stitches back here. So if we just break through these stitches here, you'll break through that one, break through that one, yarn over, and pull it through. We'll do that again. We'll just break through these stitches. And they will be unseen. You could really tell in my first video of this in the A cup I did in different colors, and you could really tell this technique works. I showed how to do the same exact thing, and you could not see the colors bleeding through on the outside. So this technique definitely does work. We just clip that and go over here and do the same thing. Just to break through these and try to hide these yarn tails. And we are going to do this technique with all of our yarn ends on the inside of our work. Just clip that. And that's good on the outside. Trust me, this works. You can do this for the inside joins right here. This is the inside. You can tighten it up more if you want. Just go through, try to break through those stitches on the inside though. Make sure it's not through the whole stitch, just a few little strands. If you go through the whole stitch, then if you're changing colors, then you'll see that on the outside. So you just want to break through just a few of these stitches on the inside here. And once you know for sure if this fits you perfectly, and you don't have to take it apart, and you don't have to adjust it, then I would add a few stitches with a sewing needle and thread in these parts right here. Just in case, if you're washing it, because if you're swimming in it, it'll get wet, then it'll dry, and then it'll get wet, and then it'll dry. And that wears down the material of the yarn. So I would definitely make sure this fits you. And if you know you're not going to take it apart, then I would put a few stitches in those sensitive places of those joins where those straps are. Just to make sure that over time it doesn't come apart on you. So just continue to weave your yarn ends in, and we are finished. We are done. So that's all you have to do is just weave in the rest of your yarn ends, and then you have one beautiful handmade crochet string bikini with the mandala patterns. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. I have a lot of great patterns coming out, and I will be teaching how to do this in a size C and D cup. Thank you all for joining me. I'll see you all soon. Thank you all. Bye-bye.